111. Kawhi Leonard pours in 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. John Collins adds 22 of his own as all 5 starters score in double figures. And the Clippers get the victory against the Kings. We'll wait to see who we get post-game. Clippers shoot 42% from 3, 9 of 21, 52% from the field. They have 40 rebounds, 22 assists, 6 steals, 7 blocks in this game. They were huge on that end. Meanwhile, Sacramento just 10 of 37 from 3. Malik Monk had 6 of their 10 threes. And the Clippers get the win, 114-111. It looks like we will get Chris Dunn. So happy Chris could join us. As Justine takes the headset and hands it over to Chris. You got us?
Yep.
Appreciate you, Chris. Thanks so much for hopping on. Congrats on the victory. I want to ask you, you just dapped up Derrick Jones Jr. What does it mean to have him back in the lineup with you?
Man, it means a lot to us. You know, what he brings to the team on and off the court. His energy is contagious on the court. Another great defender. Somebody that runs on transition. His athleticism, as you guys know, is unbelievable for us. So it just gives us another dynamic.
You guys come away with a win today. It was close down the stretch, but you pulled away in the third quarter. What do you think was the difference for you guys to hang on and get this win?
I was just sticking with it. You know, playing both sides of the ball, you know, guarding, getting stops. And then I think the big thing, you know, as you know, with a different group, you know, just sharing the ball, you know, having a little bit more flow, continuity in our offense. And I thought we did a solid job tonight.
Chris, you've been asked to do so much for this team, but obviously with the moves they made recently, probably going to be asked to do more offensively. Does that excite you to be able to get into your bag a little more on that end?
Yeah, you know, I don't try to do too much. You know, I think I got caught in a little bit of that in the last couple of games. You know, it's a different dynamic now that we got a different group. You know, I just want to be a connector for the team, and that's my role. And tonight, you know, that's what I try to do, just be a connector, make sure everybody get involved, still be aggressive, like you said. But just keep the main thing, keep guarded, you know, just come out and try to get a win.
You were a big connector tonight. Team high plus 21. Go enjoy this with your teammates. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Clippers going to win 114-111. Chris Dunn, 33 minutes, 5 assists, a rebound, and 15 points, and a team high plus 21. All right, we're going to hand the keys over to Adam Oslin. Coming up next, we'll join you for one more Clippers and the Kings. Clippers going to win 114-111. On your Clippers Audio Network.
Clippers pull through late in Sacramento to win 114-111 over the Kings. Welcome in to your postgame show. I'm Adam Moslin. Coming up, second half highlights, your postgame box score, and more. But first, back out to Golden One Center with your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, we talked about it a lot during the fourth quarter, but this Clippers team, they seem to have that extra boost. They seem to have another run or two in them to help close this one out when it came down to winning time.
Yeah, they were able to really lock in, get going offensively, lock down on the defensive end. I thought this was a group that really played well, as Chris Dunn described, shared the ball, were connected on the offensive end, and got it done down the stretch. Impressive to see them continue to have that energy and intensity, that focus to come away with a win. Knock down a couple of big threes. I thought John Collins was big in this game. Obviously, Kawhi played out of his mind today. I mean, 31 minutes in 31 points in just 35 minutes and 41 seconds. He was incredible for the Clippers. 9 for 19 from the field to go along with his 9 rebounds and 7 assists. Big stuff from him. Brook Lopez plays the season high in minutes at 36, 5 of 12 from the field, hits 2 big threes. I thought he was great, a plus 12 in this game. And the Clippers got really good work from their starting group in this one to come away with a victory. Needed to get one against this Sacramento team. You got it done, and now you rest and wait for Minnesota.
Yeah, Brook Lopez now your starting center for this Clippers team, with Ivica Zubac moving on to Indiana with the Pacers. Brook Lopez, 15 points as well, 5 of 12 shooting, 9 rebounds for him. Is very good work, but I just like the way this team was able to rally. Kawhi post-game talked about how it was an emotional week for them with all the changes going on, James Harden being out, now Ivica Zubac, and they still just found a way to come together and win a ball game with all these changes. Not an easy thing to do.
No, not an easy thing to do at all. I mean, even Ty Lue spoke about it. He said yesterday there were a lot of tears at the facility, from a lot of people on this staff, because Ivica Zubac had moved on, and they had felt like Big Zoo was a part of the fabric, really a part of the culture the Clippers had built with this team, with this organization. And so to make that trade was emotional. Then you get rid of James Harden. Ramona Shelburne reporting on ESPN that Harden had a amicable goodbye. He was shooting when everyone knew the trade would go down back at the facility. Everyone came and said their goodbyes and kind of expressed their emotions to James. And Ty said he came up to him and had a laugh. So, for the Clippers, it's been an emotional roller coaster already, just with the play on the court for this team. But then to make those moves, you just feel like you continue to add to that emotion. This team, just try to get to the All-Star break and try to pick up some wins on your way there. You got 3 very tough games coming up. You got Minnesota, who's going to try to win, continue to climb that Western Conference, and then the Houston Rockets, who are biting at the heels of the top of the West. So we'll see how the Clippers fare in these next 3. I would imagine some help is on the way soon in Benedict Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson. I'm pretty sure Joey Lynn reporting today that we'll see those guys before the All-Star break. Darius Garland, of course, not sure when that will come, but it'll be good to just get some more bodies out there. I mean, let's be honest, Giannis goes down with illness, and so all of a sudden you had one center in this game for a while. Great to see the Clippers get a gritty win in this one.
Well, and Kawhi Leonard said he'd hold it down until Darius Garland got back. He did that with his 36 minutes, 31 points, 30th straight game of 20 or more from Kawhi. What can you say? But what stands out to me is 12 of 12 at the charity stripe. The volume he was getting there, the aggressiveness, the downhill attacking. Kawhi looks as good as ever, and they need him to be in this game.
They do. And we've talked about how important that is, not only for Kawhi Leonard, but for the defense. Because when Kawhi gets to the free throw line, the Clippers can set up their defense on the other end. So that's huge to be able to get that kind of offense production and those free throws in. Clippers shoot 36 free throws today. Those are numbers you like to see if you're Clipper fans. Get to the line and knock them down. 31 for 35, 86% in this ballgame. It was an efficient shooting game for the Clippers. Somehow, Adam, they won a game they got outshot by 21 in, but they win the game, and that's what matters. That's important for this Clipper team. An emotional couple of days. You get the win, you get it done, and you move on to the next one, and I thought the Clippers did exactly that tonight.
Clippers winning 114-111 up in Sacramento over the Kings. As Carlo mentioned, next one coming up in Minnesota on Sunday. Tip-off at noon, your pregame show starting right here at 11. Carlo, great call. We'll talk to you on Sunday before the Super Bowl, my friend.
Adam, I'll talk to you on Super Bowl Sunday. Please feel better, and I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. Try to get some sleep. I don't know when you can get it, but I hope you can get it soon. I'll talk to you soon, Adam. Let's go!
Let's go. Carlo Jimenez from Golden One Center, where the Clippers were victorious, winning 114-111 over the Kings. I'm Adam Moslin. We'll get to second half highlights next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers winning up north in Sacramento, 114-111 over the Kings. I'm Adam Moslin. This is your post-game show. Coming up, we'll get your final box score and take your calls on Clippers Talk on the AM 570 side. But right now, second half highlights. Clippers trailed by 1 at the half. It was 49-48 Kings, but Kawhi Leonard, he was leading them 24 minutes in with 14 points. Continued to flourish in the third quarter.
Kawhi, right wing three, laces from Leonard. On the baseline, he looks, he bounces it. Kawhi, baseline, right-handed punch. The claw with the finish. And a timeout, Sacramento. Kawhi on the left wing, crosses to the right hand, gets around a Lopez screen, going right, gets back to his left. The long two is true. Kawhi Leonard with 20 points for the 30th straight game. Cardwell the switch. Kawhi steps back, right two. Oh, yeah! Kawhi Leonard from the right wing knocks down the two-pointer. Here comes the claw behind the back. He dribbles through a double team. He's got a runway. Lob it up. Jones Jr. jams right block. The claw dissects the defense and puts it on a platter for a DJ jam.
Kawhi Leonard with 10 points in that third quarter, was doing it all with his passing too. Clippers led by as many as 10 in the third, but heading into the fourth, 79-77 Clippers, just a 2-point game. Down the stretch though, Chris Dunn came up huge.
So the Clippers the other way, hanging on to that 1-point lead. Here comes Dunn down the right alley. The floater, Dunn delivers, and a chance for one more at the line. Kawhi, right elbow, swinging out Dunn. His straightaway three. Yes, sir! Clippers get a three, 96-89.
Chris Dunn with 9 of his 15 points in the fourth quarter. Also a 4-point play in the fourth quarter by Derrick Jones Jr. And this Clippers team would go on to win 114-111 over the Kings up in Sacramento. Quick timeout. We'll get to your final box score next. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win up north in Sacramento. Final score 114-111. Clippers over the Kings. Clippers ended up shooting 42% from three, making 43% on 9 of 21 shooting. Low volume, but they started off, I want to say, 2 of 12 from the outside. They definitely started off 0 of 7 before Cam Christie hit their first three-pointer. He finished with 5 points off the bench. Clippers shot 52% from the field, so the offense got better as the game went along. Sacramento just 45% from the floor and 27% from the outside on 10 of 37 shooting. One of the big disparities in the game, Clippers 36 free throws attempted. They went 31 of 36. That's 86.1% at the charity stripe. The Kings just 19 of 22. So the Clippers ended up getting up 14 more shots from the free throw line. A lot of that due to Kawhi Leonard, 12 of 12 at the charity stripe. You could just see the aggressiveness was there. He said to Coach Lou, he'll hold it down till Darius Garland gets here. Kawhi with 31 points to lead them, 9 of 19 shooting, just 1 of 5 from the outside, but 36 minutes, 9 boards, 7 assists as well to just 2 turnovers. Spectacular game from Kawhi. Brook Lopez, now your starting center without Ivica Zubac, 5 of 12, 2 of 3 from distance, 15 points, 9 boards, 2 assists. Derek Jones Jr. back in the starting lineup for this one. He ended up 5 of 7 and had a 4-point play and a big layup as well in the fourth quarter to finish with 13 points. Of course, great defense. Chris Dunn with 9 of his 15 in the fourth quarter, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the outside. Chris Dunn also had to knock down some free throws late and had 5 assists. Off the bench, the guys struggled a little bit. Jordan Miller did have 7 on 3 of 4 shooting, but Yannick Conan and Niederhauser, dealing with an illness, didn't play in the second half, which is a little bit problematic when you're already missing Ivica Zubac. Kobe Sanders did go 0 of 5 out there. Nico Batum knocked out a three-pointer in his 16 minutes. That would put them up by 10 in the third quarter. Clippers ended up taking care of the basketball much better in the second half, where they had 10 of their 16 turnovers in the first half. Those 16 turnovers led to 16 points. No matter, they win by 3, 114 to 111 over the Kings up in Sacramento. Clippers' next game coming up in Minnesota on Sunday. We will have tip-off at noon. Your pregame show starting at 11 a.m. Outside of Los Angeles, we're leaving you until then. In LA, it's Clippers Talk next. Clippers win 114-111 over the Kings. They're 24-27 on the season. They have won 18 of their last 24 games, and they have been in a whirlwind the last 48 hours with some major trade moves, which makes this win all that much more impressive. You can say it's Sacramento. They played their backups in the second half, but the Clippers had to lock in and focus after losing James Harden and then Ivica Zubac, and they did. And they played their best basketball when it was required in the fourth quarter. Was a little concerned early on. First quarter of this one, the Clippers were tied up at 14. Kawhi leaves the game the last 3 minutes and 35 seconds, and they go minus 10 immediately. They're down 10 at, I think, 27-17 heading into the second quarter. Now, is Kawhi going to have to play every minute of this one? They still don't have Darius Garland. Benedict Mathurin, not yet. Isaiah Jackson, nope. How are they going to be able to get by? Do they have enough creators out there? Do they have enough guys to get by, even against a Kings team like this? After what Kawhi said post-game was an emotional last week for the team, considering the turnaround they had, and then for the group to be broken up with some of their core pieces, their second and third best player on the team being shipped out. But it was 27-17 heading into the second quarter. And the Clippers started to chip away a little bit. And even with Kawhi Leonard at the end of the second, they went +2 without him. That was good to see. A little bit of an improvement over going minus 10. They went +2 in about 2 minutes at the end of the second quarter. So it's 49-48 Kings at the half. Clippers still trailing by 1. Kawhi came out, though, very focused and knocked down his only three-pointer early in the third quarter. And the Clippers got up by as many as 10. John Collins really started to assert himself after the first quarter. I want to say he had 8 points in the second alone. And then he had a nice and one step-through move on a defender in the third quarter. John Collins hit some tough shots. Turnaround fadeaway. It was good to see because they needed more from somebody else offensively out there. The young guys were struggling. Brook Lopez, I thought, had a solid game, though, in the starting lineup, too. No, Ivica Zubac, Brook Lopez is your starting center. 5 of 12, 2 of 3 from the outside. Had 3 blocks and 9 boards. 9 boards is doing good work for Brook Lopez. They still lost the battle of the boards 42-40, but they did well enough. Obviously winning by 3. Brook Lopez, though, him, John Collins holding things down, and Nico Batum hit a three-pointer after the Clippers went on a 9-2 run, got up by 7, and then eventually they were able to get up by 9 after get up by 10, I should say. DJ had a steal. Kawhi split the defense and threw an oop for Derrick Jones Jr. Good to see he's feeling spry again. A timeout gets called, and right after that, Kawhi's off the floor, and Batum hit a three-pointer. So you're wondering, how are these minutes going to go without Kawhi Leonard? Well, they hit a 3 right away. They went +3 without him. And there's 3:50 left in the third quarter. It's 75-65 Clippers. But Malik Monk, my goodness, was he scorching hot. He hit his first 6 3-pointers that he took. And he responded with a 3 after that 3 by Batum. Made another one after that. It's a 4-point game. And by the time the fourth quarter started, the Clippers still went -5 without Kawhi in about the last 4 minutes of the period, and they were up 79-77. Fourth quarter comes around. Tie ball game throughout a lot of it. Malik Monk still hitting threes, hit one to put him up 84-81. Good timeout by Coach Lou there. Kawhi Leonard hit a long 2-pointer, 1 foot in the 3-point line inside of it, 1 foot outside of it. And it was 84-83 Kings, still leading by 1. Lopez, though, this was a big bucket. Knocks down a 3 off a pass from Jordan Miller, a nice kick out as he was attacking the right lane. Put the Clippers up by 2. Kawhi hits a tough fadeaway on the right baseline, spinning that way. 7-0 Clippers run. They're up by 4 now. Clouden hits a 3 for the Sacramento Kings, still a 1-point game. Dunn then an and 1. Chris Dunn, huge in the fourth quarter, had 9 points there alone. And that was a no-look and 1 where he just kind of threw it up as he was being fouled to make it 90-87, hit the free throw, Clippers up by 4. Clippers started 4 of 4 from the field in the fourth. So their best offense came when they needed it most throughout the second half. They just got a little bit better in each quarter after starting very slow. Monk finally missed his first three-pointer at the 8:17 mark of the fourth quarter after starting 6 for 6. Was that a bad omen? I believe he missed his next two after that. So his last three shots he took from distance after going 6 for 6. Yes, that is correct. Unreal. He's been a Clippers killer in the past. But the Clippers were on a 12-3 run. Got up by 6 after Lopez had a block on one end, Jordan Miller floater on the other end. Then the Kings tried to rally with their backups who were out there trying to show Doug Christie they deserved more minutes because apparently Sacramento is just going to play the young guys a ton the second half of the season or last third of the season now. Even though Zach LaVine's still there, even though Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, these guys are all still there, they want a better draft pick. They want to build for the future. There's no reason for them to play these veterans. Chris Dunn hit a three-pointer to put them up by 7 at 96-89 in the fourth. Kings make it a 5-point game. Then Derek Jones Jr., maybe the biggest shot of the game. As Kawhi Leonard is about to head out of the ball game, he hits a three, draws the foul, completes the 4-point game. Clippers up by 9 with 6 minutes left as Kawhi is going to be out for a minute or two. Then John Collins, who had some great weak side blocks, picked up his 5th foul. On the same possession as Sacramento retained the basketball, he had another block, even with 5 fouls on Carter. Derek Jones Jr. then, not just that 4-point play, the spinning layup to make it 102-91 or acrobatic layup. Clippers up by 11. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on AM 570 LA Sports.
This is LA Clippers basketball. AM 570 KLAC Los Angeles, 98.7 KYSR HD2 Los Angeles, an iHeart radio station.
So we mentioned how many times they lost the minutes without Kawhi Leonard. First quarter, they went -10. Third quarter, they went -5 without him. They ended up holding serve till he came back in the fourth quarter. That was huge. He left. They were up by 9. He came back in. They were still up by 9 at 102-93. Jordan Miller, layup, going right, but putting it up with the left hand, 104-93. Take foul gets called on the Kings. Kawhi hits the free throw, and then has a bad pass, a lob to Brook Lopez that was broken up. And Sacramento wasn't exactly going away. While the Clippers had it 110-100 with just a few minutes left, Clifford had a jumper, 8-point game. Miller loses it on a shot clock violation, not the worst thing in the world. At least they ran the clock. And then Kawhi comes out at the 107 mark. It's still a 6-point game. Dunn has a turnover, trying to do a little bit too much, but Clifford missed a 3-pointer. That would have been scary. They had to foul. The Clippers hit enough of their free throws. They win 114-111. In Sacramento over the Kings. Sean in Houston. Sean, you're first up here on Clippers Talk tonight. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Adam. How's it going, man? I just wanted to call and just let you know I'm still watching Clippers game even with my boy Harden gone. And it's been watching this game today, and I finally got to see a little bit of the Clippers. It looks like they've kind of overcome the 5 stages of grief. And they've kind of accepted kind of like the situation as what it is. And they started kind of playing some basketball again. So that was good to see. I appreciate the Clippers organization for treating the whole, being very professional, the way they handle the whole James Harden situation. So shout out to El Frank and Ty Lue and everybody, Ballmer, for doing what they did with Harden and been very professional. Sad about Zoo, man. Just the whole Zoo situation, been, I guess, the longest tenured Clipper and just a good dude overall, man. So, but yeah, I'm glad to see I'm glad to see the team looks like that they're finally, kind of getting back into the groove of actually like playing basketball and not being kind of like, woe is me. And finally, last but not least, I think the Clippers are going to be in a good position, man. So I think with what, once we get Garland back and also Matherin, that's at least 35 to 40 points just on the table right now, ready to go. So, and real quick, you guys are coming here to Houston. Didn't we already play a game already in Houston? Because I went to that game. So how is it possible that there's 3 games in Houston? I'm completely confused about that.
The scheduling has been a little bit wonky. I appreciate the phone call, Sean. We'll take a quick timeout. Yes, there's a back-to-back in Houston coming up next week. Clippers still got to go to Minnesota, though, on Sunday. They win tonight 114-111 up in Sacramento. They overcome some bad shooting, some bad turnovers early on. They started 0 of 7 from 3 and then went 9 for their next 14. Law of averages. You're getting good shots. The process was good. The results weren't. Stick with the process. The results will eventually come. Clippers win 114-111 over the Kings. They get 31 from Kawhi, 30th straight game. He's had 20 or more. Ties Blake Griffin and is only behind Bob McAdoo now in that category in franchise history. 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. More Clippers talk next here on AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers win up in Sacramento. Final score 114-111. Clippers over Kings. I'm Adam Osland. It is Clippers Talk. 866-987-2570. Like Yannick Conan Niederhauser, who didn't play in the second half of this one, out with illness. I'm glad it was only that. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather myself. Is it Big Zoo related? Because he got traded. I felt fine yesterday. I wake up this morning and I'm sick as a dog. We'll see. JP calling from Los Feliz. JP, what's up here on Clippers Talk?
What's up, brother? Hey, listen, I've called a couple times, and my biggest complaint was always about the fact that I thought we needed to break up the team and move forward. And even though I'm sad about losing Zoo, I think this is the beginning of a new era that's really exciting. Like, I know there's a lot of depression about things going because of the emotions, and we were riding this high, and but it was like the perfect time to make the move. We were crushing it. You got to move quick, and we got a lot in return. We might make the play-in, and then we can see how people play in those play-in competitive spots. And once you're there, you never know what can happen. And then we can, because forget it's the NBA, and I'll just make this real quick. So much as we get stuck in this thing thinking about where the future is going to be. But it's all about those little moments that happen in the playoffs. So I'm done. I'll just thank you, man.
I agree with you, JP. I think it is really exciting. It's hard to see Ivica Zubats go. It was like the first time since I was a kid. I felt something for a player who left my team, and I was like, man, it's never going to be the same again. Like, I can't remember the last time I felt like that. It was to this degree, like maybe Steve Smith from the Panthers going to the Ravens or something like that. It's been a while for me, but I'm also understanding to why they had to make this move. The Godfather offer was there. They have a chance to get the 5th pick in this year's draft. I've loved Benedict Mathurin. I've been high on for a long time, going back to Arizona. It makes a ton of sense to move into the next era with this Clippers team and still be competitive now. They were even competitive tonight while still not having. The cavalry is on the way, but still not here yet. It sounds like Tuesday they might have Isaiah Jackson and Benedict Mathurin, but we still don't know the timing of when Darius Garland will be returning here. Jamil in Pasadena. Jamil, what's up here on Clipper Stock?
Adam, how you doing, brother? Hope everything going well with you, brother.
Same with you.
Thank you, brother. Just shout to Zubat. Thank you for the service. Zoo, I've been a fan of the Clippers for 30 years. So, since I was 5. So it's kind of hard to see, a player like of his caliber that been tenured with us that long go. But I know there's greener pastures on the other side for him. And congratulations on his new addition and, and all that. But I really just called to say, I just really, Clipper Nation, it's time for us to, rally behind this team, help Adam, not, detract from Adam, at least add into him, say positive things. If you're going to say anything positive, keep it in the comments. Negative, keep it in the comment section. Don't verbalize it. It's time for us to rally behind our team. Hopefully Tyronn Lue can use his IQ and him and Jeff Van Gundy can galvanize like Voltron and come together and figure out the way for this team we have with the personnel we have to win. It can't be the Los Angeles Kawhi Leonards, as we've seen today. That's what it was. So we just got to put some people in better positions to score and better positions to win. And I think that we'll be all right when we get the cavalry back.
All right, Jamil. Appreciate the phone call and the consistency with your calls. Clippers win up in Sacramento, 114-111. Quick timeout here. I'm Adam Moslin. You're listening to Clipper Stock here on AM 570 LA Sports. The Clippers survived Malik Monk starting 6 of 6 from 3. Fortunately, the rest of the Kings were 1 for 20 at that time, and eventually Monk missed his last 3 shots. The Clippers hold on to win 114 to 111 thanks to 31 from Kawhi Leonard up in Sacramento. He said he'd hold it down until Darius Garland got here. True to his word, they'll be in Minnesota, though, coming up on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, tip-off at 12. We'll have your pregame show starting at 11 a.m., 866-987-2570 if you want to get on Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Osland. At Follow Adam A is where you can also find me here. Looking to see if we got any post-game Coach Lou quotes. Sound like there were some tears about Ivica Zubac leaving. This team was very emotional. Even Kawhi Leonard spoke about it post-game on Amazon Prime. So there are distractions heading into the trade deadline with could I be traded? Guys thinking about their future, where they're going to be living. And then coming out of it, you can have an emotional letdown too, or kind of an adrenaline dump where you feel like, I was anticipating being traded. It didn't happen. Now I'm here. But these guys I've been going to war with out there are now gone. And that can turn into its own distraction. The Clippers didn't let it happen. Down 10 after the first quarter. They had trouble out there when Kawhi wasn't on the floor. But they did enough. And I thought they played their best basketball late. They got another clutch victory, by the way. Last 5 minutes of the game within 5 points. They've won 6 straight games in the clutch. Pam, calling in from Temple City. Pam, you're on Clipper Stock with Adam Osland.
Hi, Adam. I haven't talked to you in a long time, so I hope you had good holidays. And most importantly, I hope you feel better real soon.
Thanks, Pam.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that it was really broke my heart when I heard about Zubac. Then to make things worse, then I hear about the Nard dog going to the Lakers. I realized he wasn't coming from the Clippers already, but I'm just saying, talk about a gut punch. That was really hard. So I wish I was more excited about the trades, but I'll be happy to eat my words if things work out better than they have been. And I know a lot of the other sports shows are talking about, oh, well, the Clippers are just trying to rebuild, and they don't expect to make the playoffs anytime soon. And I hope that those people can eat their words too. So anyway, I appreciate you having me, and you're in my prayers, Adam.
All right, Pam, I appreciate that. I'm just under the weather a little bit. I'll be all right. I'm with you. A lot of people may end up eating their words with this Clippers team if they think they're not going to be competitive the rest of this season with, I think, about 30 more games left. Especially, it really depends on when's Darius Garland going to be back from the sprained right toe. It sounded like pregame, Benedict Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson could be playing on Tuesday, game 1 in Houston. More on that coming up. 866-987-2570. I'm at Osland after the Clippers win up in Sacramento, 114 to 111 over the Kings. And you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win up in Sacramento, 114 to 111 over the Kings. Yes, Sacramento didn't even play their starters in the second half. There is generational tanking going on right now in the league with how many teams are resting guys and finding ways to finagle their way into the higher draft position. It's going to be interesting to see how Adam Silver handles this. Clippers, after the first quarter, won each of the next three, and Kawhi Leonard was just brilliant. I loved his aggressiveness. 12 free throw attempts. Kawhi's moving so well out there. Even though he was just 1 of 5 from 3, they were able to really win this game at the charity stripe, and Kawhi was just a big part of that. 12 of their 36 attempts at the free throw line came from Kawhi Leonard, and he didn't miss one of them. But 31 points in 36 minutes. Clippers win 114 to 111. He said he's going to hold it down, even though he was sad, and he even tried to talk James Harden out of leaving. Kawhi Leonard knows the assignment. They still have a chance to be competitive. Here's my goal for the rest of this season. Get the 7th seed. Get in that 7-8 matchup, win it, then you're the 7th seed. Maybe you get Houston or San Antonio in the first round. I give the Clippers a puncher's chance, especially with Benedict Mathurin. Hopefully he'll be back soon. He'll be returning to basketball soon in his first game with the Clippers, maybe on Tuesday. Darius Garland, not sure about that yet. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization, Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez on the call, Big Brother Jake Warner, what's up, bro? Chris Taylor, our statistician, Daniel West, back here in the bank. Take your vitamins, take your orange juice, whatever you need. Get the immunity up, because I am feeling too good. But we'll talk to you guys at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Clippers in Minnesota taking on the Timberwolves.